just our level of intensity. I think we had a little bit more pop in our step, started a little sluggish. Had nothing to do with scheme. You could say the second night of back-to-back, that's an easy one to fall on. But I thought we just kind of started slow and kind of picked up our momentum, picked up our defensive intensity. And there's a little bit more urgency in everything we were doing.
What can you say about the game that Tomas Satoransky had? 0 points, but it's a very unique stat line, actually.
It is. I don't think I've seen that too often.
Yeah, just how did that help you guys, that approach, and what does it say about this player?
It's just he's about winning. Whatever it is in that moment, if he needs to make a bucket, he'll try. But he's trying to facilitate, keep us organized. His ability and size defensively, he's had great moments. And obviously, that big part of the defense is rebound. But to be able to make plays, it just shows an unselfish nature. He's not the only one. He's a big piece of that. 35 assists. In our record when we accumulate 28 or more is really good. And it's just arbitrary number, but that's how we have to play. Continue to move the ball, move and share it. Play second and third side. I think it's a good recipe.
Wes, you're talking about types of wins that are good for teaching lessons. Does this count as one of those, all the things you just mentioned?
Yeah, I think so to some degree. I mean, there were a lot of good individual moments. Of course, KP had a big second half. Sato's double-double was a unique feat. But I thought really getting all the guys. Corey had good stretches. Gaff in the second half was tremendous. And AG of course comes in, doesn't play much, and he impacts the game. But another guy like Howell, who's been out of the rotation, and he's done it, a couple games this week where he sits for 46, 47 minutes, and you ask a guy to go in. A lot of guys will be like, "No, I'm good." But the fact that he's still willing to do the right thing and go in those moments to give his teammates a break, that's true professionalism. And it doesn't go unnoticed by us because that's who we have to be, unselfish to a fault.
You also mentioned kind of the confidence of the young guys. What have you seen, especially with Corey in the swing, just from the beginning of the year, where he was really figuring a lot of things out?
Yeah, but I think the speed of it was the biggest probably change for him. But he's gotten accustomed to it. He knows how he can impact things and finds nuanced ways to get open to score. I think a lot of it, the devil's in the details for him, and he's shown his attention to detail, and it's paying off. It goes beyond just making shots.
What did you think about Rui's level of aggression today and him getting into the paint?
It was great, and I think it's once again the steady diet of that. Mixing in the threes, paint attacks, post ups, all those areas. I think he can improve on, but it's just the balance of it. He's learning how to move it. Make quicker decisions, and he's not hesitating. I think that helps him. Be shot ready, but also opens up things for his teammates.
What have you discovered about Porzingis' intensity since he started to play for you?
Well, I think it's just more his health has improved. He hadn't played for a long time, so he's getting his legs under him, and he's getting his wind back. And now he's developing that internal chemistry we've been looking for. So it's running on all cylinders for him right now, which is great. It's we know he can score, but there's a level of to your point, intensity even on the defensive end. There's effort. He's trying to make plays around the basket. Trying to block shots and be a rim protector. But just to have another veteran guy out there. You got him and Pope. Who's done a terrific job for us all season. But to have to shoulder the burden, as our veteran core, down the stretch here it's a tall task. But those guys have stepped up.
Wes, KP has talked a lot about how embraced he's felt on this team and how good the fit is. What do you think about in terms of the mix of experienced guys and younger guys, the way you're playing, the minutes available you kind of had? What makes this team a good fit for Porzingis from your point of view?
I think the fact that guys are willing to play together, or at least try. And I think sometimes it's frustrating when you don't feel involved, but I think we're using him in a lot of ways. Maybe a lot of it we need him to score, but he's also doing some other things for us. So just to think the ball movement is it's an easy one. When everyone touches it, they feel involved, they feel part of it, and I think that not only gets guys more, I guess, best in what we're doing, but they like playing together. It seems kind of simple, but the more you share it, guys enjoy it. And we get the payoff and shots go in, of course. Now that changes your defense. Guys gonna be more locked in, more intent, and more purpose on that end of the floor. But I think from an offensive perspective, he just likes the fact that guys have a willingness to play for each other.
Friday will be the first time you played against Spencer Dinwiddie since the trade for Bertans too. But how would you describe the season Dinwiddie had for the team?
For us,
Yes.
it was a tough one. I mean, we started off strong, and a lot of things were going right. And not necessarily his fault, obviously his fault. I think it made that point early, and it was everybody's fault. And it didn't work to the way we wanted, and a change was needed. So that's just life in the NBA. I think the fact that now that both guys involved in that trade have been very productive for their respective teams. So it's a good fit for both groups and great opportunity for both.
All right, Coach, I think that's it.
Important stat of the night. Have you ever played alongside a point guard who got 0, 10, and 13?
I don't think so. That might be the first time. I said it's incredible to get a double-double without the points.
Yeah.
So Sato played super well and made the whole team move the ball. He was creating situations for everybody, open shots. So yeah, he had an amazing game, and he got us going offensively for sure. So hats off to him.
How important was this for Saturday? Just not even necessarily even this game, but to come back here, he's bounced around a couple of teams since leaving here initially. Just like, do you get the sense that it was important for him to come back? Has he said anything to you, anything like that?
No, not in particular. It was a weird situation because I got traded here, and then he had the opportunity to come here, and we were both excited for maybe possibly in the future play together again. And that didn't happen. And I love playing with him. He knows where to find me, and I know his game really well. So yeah, it's good to be reunited and playing, and most importantly, having fun.
What's it been like just winning 3 out of the last 4 games after the losses you guys endured before that?
Yeah, I think it's good. It's good for us that we see the consistency. We're bringing it. The other night, our offense wasn't there, but we still fought defensively and stayed within the reach, of that game. And Chicago's a good team that played well. I think they guarded me really well. And yeah, we lost that one, but I think we didn't get too down on ourselves. We're like, okay, there's going to be some losses along the way, but we're heading in the right direction. And yeah, tonight first half we kind of started a little bit slow, but huddles were the message that we're transmitting to each other is like, okay, we gotta pick up our energy first of all, and we gotta take care of business. So, and then at the end of the first half, that's what we did, and second half, we took even a step further.
This is not the first game you've been able to get to the free throw line a lot. What does that do for the team when you can get there 12, 13 times?
Yeah, I think some of the situations we don't have much going, and just utilizing that mismatch and getting and drawing those fouls in there. Starting to get a pretty good feel of when the guard is going to reach. Sometimes I look for it too much, and that's why maybe I missed the shot. But most of the time, I feel pretty good about it, and I can draw the contact and feel where it's going to be and create something from there. And not only to shoot, but also to as yesterday's game and tonight, I'm already shooting it, and then I kick it out to somebody that's wide open. So I enjoy making those kind of plays for my teammates.
Going back to Sato, are you encouraging him not to score? Like, does anyone?
Yeah, ask me the ball every time to score. No, that's just his game. He's really selfless up, and he wants to do what's best for the team. And if he wouldn't be able to score, then people wouldn't guard him. They have to guard him because he's aggressive towards the basket, and that's when he draws in people, and then he's kicking out for everybody else to shoot the ball. And it's everybody loves to have a teammate like that that's just so selfless out there and just plays for everybody else.
Taking not just tonight, but in general, how much do you need kind of touches to feel it really involved and to kind of get going, especially on the defense end?
How? Sorry.
Like how important is just getting touches with at the start of the game, just kind of
yeah,
working for them to feel?
Yeah. I think it's just like human nature. Like we all want to be involved in offense, and our energy is going to be better on defense. You know, it's just how it is. And the games like tonight, where everybody is making shots and we are sharing the ball and everybody's feeling good, our defense takes to the next. We take it to the next level defensively, energy wise and intensity wise. We might not always make the right rotation, but we keep playing, we keep having each other's back. So yeah, and definitely for myself also, I like to get in a decent rhythm right away. Otherwise, it's kind of like you're running after the game. You're like late. You're feeling a good rhythm, and then you maybe force a shot that's not there, things like that. So I like what we've been doing lately. And I've been feeling pretty good, starting the game off better than I did maybe earlier when I got here. So yeah, we have to keep going this way and translate that energy into defense.
You played against a former team before. What do you think Friday night's game against Dallas will feel like, if anything different?
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun, I think. Dallas is one of the best teams in the league. They're playing really well lately. Luka's playing at a super high level. Dorian, I think, had a career high tonight also. That's my guy, and I'm happy for those guys that are playing really well. And I think it's going to be a good game. It's not going to be like my first game with Dallas in New York. It's like that one was just crazy. This one's going to be a bit more, just competing against my whole team. So yeah, we'll see. We're looking forward to, focused on ourselves, focused on playing our game, playing the way we want to play, and competing against a high level team like that. Cool.
That's it, KP. Appreciate you.
You had an extremely unique stat points. I don't know if someone's told you, but only 3 players in NBA history, 0 points and double. How did that come about?
I don't know if it's good or bad, So I don't know. I just let the game come to me a little bit. Trying to be aggressive, but every time I drive or was aggressive to the basket, it opens up a space for my teammates or shot for my teammates. So I try to push the tempo from the beginning. I get some rebounds, and I think my biggest advantage is that when I get the ball, I'm really pushing the tempo and trying to get an easy basket for others. So I had some assists there, and I felt good about it. And I had really just 2 shots that one I forced in fast break, and second was wide open 3, end of the game without really shooting it. So I don't know, it just came, like I said, naturally,
What's it been like, playing your way in the starting lineup and having some success after, the ups and downs that you've gone through this season?
Oh, it's great. Very grateful for having the minutes right now, having a lot of minutes, being in the starting lineup. I'm enjoying it the way we play. I think we play very good basketball, passing the ball, very unselfish. We have a lot of willing passers on the team, and defensively, I think we play pretty hard. Yesterday it was a tough game. I think we played extremely well in defense, and today we had a little slow start, but we again played the way that we've been playing for last couple of games. And like I said, I've been very grateful for being in this situation after the season I had. And when you're a competitor like I am, so you really need you need that feeling to be back on the floor and enjoying those moments.
Yeah, just following up on that, how much did you kind of need that, just with the way things have gone? How much of a toll had it taken on you?
Say again, sorry.
How much of a toll did the way the last couple teams just the way it unfolded, how much did that kind of weigh on you, and how much did you kind of need a restart like this?
Well, I need a restart, that's for sure. When you get out of rotation in certain teams and the situation is really not good for you, you're obviously looking for some fresh start or for something that can help you in the process. And I get traded, and I felt like the buyout might be a good option to be somewhere where they know me, what I bring to the table, and when they where they want me. So that was my biggest thing, and I know the transition will be much easier than in other teams, and you know, it just brings a lot of energy to you as well. Playing wise, you don't know what to expect, but when you have that fresh start and you know you're in a situation that is good for you, you start playing with different kind of energy.
And this is probably a stupid question, but like, is there ever a moment tonight where you tried not to score? You know, like you're racking up the numbers. Like, is there a point where it crosses your mind, like maybe it'd be cooler to just have 0 points and like a double?
No, I wasn't looking for the stat sheet or
Sure.
wasn't just playing for double, triple double, whatever the case may be. Obviously, I tried to be aggressive and keep the defense honest, but they were switching a lot and they were aggressive with me, and they came for a lot of help, so that opened up the weak side, and our shooters were able to knock down those open shots, and I think a lot of assists came in transition. And I'm the guy who really, when he pushed in transition, I always keep my head up and trying to look for open cuts, for open passes, and I think we did a good job with the spacing, because it always opens up some shooters in a corner, or just kept the ball moving. So, wasn't really forcing anything today, I feel.
How much do you enjoy playing with Rui? You set him up a bunch of times today, including the transition dunk you had before the half.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. I've known his game for 3 years. I played against him in the national team. Obviously, it's always a little different, with your own national teams, and you have a little more responsibility on those teams, especially when you're like one or two players of NBA in your nation. But I'm really enjoying the process to play with him. It's getting better step by step. We trying to have a chemistry on the court, and we've been talking a lot, and he's a good listener, and I just told him, there's a lot of possibilities to get easy baskets, and he's good running the floor, and I think with him being very strong driver, it opens up a lot of things for him. So I've been trying to look for him also in transition.
Christos.
Hey, Thomas, great game, great win, first of all.
Thank you.
You mentioned 2 days ago in practice how Dimitris Diamantidis affect your game, that you look at him during his Panathinaikos days. Tonight, did you feel like Diamantidis? Because you impact the game scoreless, but you have 10 rebounds, 13 assists. You have a great impact on the game. Did you feel like him tonight?
Diamantidis would probably score, so I mean, it's a game that he definitely played to perfection, the pick and rolls, and kick ahead passes in transition, always knowing what's going on the floor. And that's something that I'm trying to do as well, just when there's a chance for me to get a rebound, just to see who's running the floor, if there is advantage, and just those are the easiest points that you can really get, especially when you struggle in a setup offense, or you didn't have a good minutes. I think that's the easiest way to find the offense to get something going, so that's what I did today. It was a lot of up and down game, and I had a lot of chance to grab the rebound, and we benefited from that.
And also for you to see your teammates like Kristaps, Rui, Corey Kispert to be impactful on offensive end as a playmaker, what does it mean?
To see them what? Sorry.
For you to see your teammates be impactful on offensive end, to have a big numbers on offense, what does it mean as a playmaker?
Well, that means that they're shooting the ball well, at a particular night. And I think we had a good connection with a lot of people there, on the floor when we don't have a shooters hot at the moment, we are able to cut and play with each other, and get to the paint and look for something else. And I think it's getting better every game. And also the second unit did a great job. I think Gaff and Ish brought a great energy, and they have it going. So it's good that we're finding the chemistry a little bit more on the floor, and that's going to definitely help the next games.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Last question, Neil.
Hey, Sato, not necessarily about the game, but you being a taller ball handler, Denny is also trying to come into his own as a taller ball handler. He mentioned, just off of pick and rolls, you have a view of the floor a lot better than most guys. Has there been anything that you've tried to, give him tips and tricks on as he continues to develop?
I don't think really we talk about this aspect of the game, but I noticed, and we talk about it with Kristaps on the bench, that Danny is a very underrated passer. I think he had a couple of nice assists today in transition for the gap, for his dunks, and he's good kicking the ball to the corners, because I feel like he's got that vision, and he's obviously tall enough to see over the defenders. So I think he's going to get better with age, with more experiences, with different coverages that are thrown at him. And when I talk with him the most, it's usually about some situation in a game, what I see from point guard perspective, when it's a time to cut for him, when is it the time, to respace. And I think he's been playing extremely well the last couple of games. And like I said, I was really surprised what I see from him, because he's very versatile.
Thanks, Sato.
Thank you.
All right, Sato, that's it. Appreciate you.